Carli right here. Congrats. Dream performance, I imagine, opening the card with a finish like that, home state and everything. How did it all feel out there?
I can't describe how it feels. I'm in my home state of Louisiana. When I walked out, I can just feel the energy. I could feel the support and feel the love. And that really drove me. It's easy for a high-pressure situation like this to fight under Dustin Poirier, to start off the card. It's easy for it to get to you, but I didn't let it. I let it drive me, and I really, it led to the finish, all the support and all the love. And, yeah, it feels great.
And I assume you hope that's setting the tone for what happens in the main event, too.
Yes, definitely. This is my second fight in a row setting the tone for the card with 2 back-to-back knockouts, so it feels good to go in there and execute and start off the card for Dustin because I think he's going to finish it in very similar fashion.
And did the fight go kind of as you expected? Were you expecting to be able to get her out of there at that point, or what was the reality as compared to the game plan?
I knew that I had finishing shots, but I was making sure I wasn't rushing the knees because that's how you get taken down. If you search for something, especially with wrestlers throwing knees, you want to keep your distance. So it's a risky move, but we set it up and we timed it perfectly all camp, and I knew I could find it if I was patient. And I was patient. We found it in the 3rd round.
And where do you feel you just are in your career development right now? Like, so impressive tonight. Still only 7 pro fights under your belt in MMA. So, like, are you evolving the way you want to? Do you still feel like you have a very long way to go?
I think my career is going just how it's supposed to be, just how it was destined to be. I came off of 2 losses after having all wins and mostly knockouts, so I felt unstoppable as an amateur and as an early pro. Then I got stopped, and I realized that the holes that I had to fix, and I'm still working on fixing them, but I think it's coming along nicely. So I'm going to continue to fix all the holes that I have, find holes, fix them, and hopefully be in the rankings one day, but I'm not rushing it. I'm taking my time. I know I have a long career, so I'm going to do whatever it takes to get to where I want to be.
Yeah, and as you look forward into the rest of the year, early next year, is there anyone specifically you want to fight, a month you want to fight again, anything like that?
I'd like to fight again this year, but no one specific. Just, whoever the UFC has for me and whatever opportunity to come next, I'm going to be ready for.
Congrats on the win. She came out pretty aggressive in that first round. She did counterpunch pretty well, caught you a couple times when you stayed in the pocket, and then your corner said after the first round, like, stay out of the pocket. Was that a conscious decision you made and kind of capitalize on that advice after the first round?
Yes, it's kind of funny. My coaches, they tell me to stay out of the pocket every single day. So I don't know why I just went inside the pocket. I'm a dog. I'm from Lafayette. We like to fight, but I got to trust my coaches, sometimes. And I definitely made that adjustment. And I was like, oh, well, this works. My coaches know what they're talking about. So I'm glad I caught on to and listened to my coaches and executed that.
Her plan was obviously to try to get the fight to the ground, and you defended 7 takedowns until that 3rd round. How big of a part of your game plan was heading into this fight was takedown defense?
It was huge, but I also knew that if I kept my distance, that's part of takedown defense. And I know I didn't keep my distance the first round and some of the second, but once I adjusted and keeping my distance really helped the takedown defense, and it also tires her out, which played into my hand because I made sure to come in here not getting tired. I felt like I could have went 3 more rounds, and I felt like she was starting to die, so it played into what I was trying to do.
Last one for me, Theo Vaughn, a big star, obviously. He's always known for being here early for the prelims. He was octagon side cheering you on pretty vocally. Were you able to hear him during the fight, and how cool of a moment was that for you?
No, I didn't get to hear him. I had so many, things. I was trying to stay locked in, but that's awesome, to have his support. I know he's here to support Dustin, but, I know that he comes to all the fights because he respects what we do and the work we put in, and that, that means a lot.
Carli, did you really feel the love from the 337 in the building tonight? Because I know you talked about how much you wanted to be on this card, and now getting through the fight with a W, making it 2 in a row. How does that feel for you?
It feels amazing. I felt the love all camp. I felt the love all week. Social media, walking around town, people are telling me that they're excited for me, all kind of different things. And when I walked out, I felt so good. I felt so ready. I felt like, the whole state of Louisiana, and even the people that aren't from Louisiana in the crowd, they were there for me, I heard them booing my opponent, which, none of us deserve to get booed, and it didn't feel good, but it felt good whenever they were screaming USA, when they were screaming my name. It felt awesome. And I know this is like once-in-a-lifetime opportunity sometimes to fight in your home state, so I'm cherishing every moment. I cherished every moment of it, and I'm glad I executed the game plan in the way that we did.
Finally, what flavored donut are you going to get for your victory?
Glazed, probably. I like glazed donut. Keep it simple. It's good. Make sure it's warm, though.
Thank you, Carli.
Carli, you mentioned how cool it was to have the opportunity of opening up this card with Dustin Poirier headlining and retiring tonight, but You got to do the post-fight interview with DC, another guy from Lafayette. How cool was that for you?
That felt good. Post-fight interviews just in general are amazing because you won, right? You get to talk to, someone after. But talking to DC, knowing he's from Lafayette, knowing what he's accomplished in the sport also, and knowing that he's gonna be talking to Dustin in a few hours after his win, it's awesome to have this card the way it is, where in Louisiana where it's at. So it's just an awesome night overall.
And during that interview, you mentioned how much work you had done putting in with the knee. You drilled that quite a bit throughout the camp. Was there anything specific about the matchup that gave you so much faith, if you will, about that knee in this fight?
Yeah, definitely. We knew she was going to come in for that takedown and, crouch down, and that's perfect to land the knee. Obviously, like I said earlier, it's risky to throw that knee because so many wrestlers can catch it, and you fall with the knee when you're throwing it. But if you time it perfectly, you can land it. You land the point of that knee, and they fall, and that's what happened. So I'm glad that I was able to execute it and not let the situation and the pressure, or I'm glad I didn't rush it. I'm glad I waited for the opportunity and found it.
And last question is, were you at all impressed by her durability, and how important was it to stay so patient to find that shot?
Yeah, she definitely took a lot of shots. I was swinging hard. I knew that for me to fight like a fighter from Lafayette, Louisiana, I have to go in there and hit hard because that's what we do. So I was definitely trying to put some pepper on my shots, but she also had some pepper on her shots too. I had to respect her power and also her takedown. So she was a highly skilled opponent, so I couldn't go in there thinking I was just gonna walk all over her. I had to definitely respect her. But yeah, she's definitely very durable. So it was cool to share the octagon with her.
Carli, over here. I saw you did some training with Rose Namajunas, the legend. What was that like, and what memories did you make with her?
That was great. I learned so much. She's been in the game for so long, and she's done so many amazing things. So to be able to train with her, to hang out with her, to, just talk with her, it made leaps and bounds in my games, just seeing how she holds herself. And, I hope that one day I can just be half the fighter that she is. And the person she is, right? Everybody knows, if you know Rose, or if you know anything about Rose, you can't hate Rose. There's no reason to, she doesn't give anybody any reason. She's awesome. So that was a huge opportunity for me. And, I'm going to continue to train with her, hopefully, and learn from her. And it's going to, keep growing my career. And, yeah, I'm grateful for that opportunity.
Congrats on the win at home.
Thank you.
Carli over here. You fought like Sean O'Malley over there, with the cutting footwork and cutting angles and using your footwork. How much Sean O'Malley did you watch before this fight, and did you feel like, you kind of fought like him out there?
No, I didn't really watch much film on him. He definitely inspires me, and his footwork and the way that he fights. I definitely want to be more like him. But I like to take little things from all the fighters I watch and make my own style. So I'm still in the process of making my own style, but I definitely want to be crispy. That's half my nickname. I love donuts, but it's really, I just want my fighting style to be crispy and smooth and fast and sharp, and I'm going to continue to keep growing my fighting style and I want people to look at me one day and be like, I want to fight like her. Right now it's like, who are you fighting like? But one day people are going to want to try to fight like me, and that's my goal.
Congrats on the win, Carli.
Thank you.
What's happening, Carli? Congratulations on the fight. 337, are we getting our respect or what?
I hope so. I hope Lafayette fighters continue to get knockouts, get to the high level, and Dustin definitely paved the way, and he's probably one of the only reasons that I'm here, that I had the belief in myself to get on the big stage. So hopefully, I have so many fighters that I train with that are on the road that are coming right behind me to the UFC, so 337's going to keep coming.
And if you could say a couple things to everybody in the 337 right now, what would you say?
I'd say thank you so much for all the support, you guys. It really does drive fighters like me, drive fighters like Dustin to want to go out there and put in all the work, because it's not easy. And it's not easy, but it is fun. And it makes it so much better when we have people like the people from 337 that support us and want to see us do good.
You got it. I'll see you soon.
Thank you, guys.